Right, year 7, so now we're going to take a look at how to draw this bear fur together, okay? So we'll have already been through in lesson the shapes we can see. It is a sort of curvy triangular, almost like a teardrop shape, okay? So that's the point where we are going to start. So in the centre of my first box, I am going to sketch really lightly one of those curvy triangular teardrop shapes, okay? And that's all we're going to do for now. We're just going to focus on one to start off with, okay? Now, you will remember at the very, very beginning of year 7, we did lots of mark making activities where we tried to do lots of different marks. The ones that we need to learn today are the ones where we pick a point, and from that point, we flick out, pushing our pencil down hard to start off with, and then lighter. Okay, and that's exactly what we are going to do for this texture. So towards the center of your shape is where my point is going to go at the very bottom. Now we're going to do this in 2 waves. The first wave, we're going to do quite short flourishes and quite harsh. Okay, so I'm going to do the left hand first, and I'm pushing down super hard with my pencil, curving it out, but not coming outside my shape, staying inside my shape, okay? And then I'm going to do my right hand side in the same way. Lots of sharp, curvy lines, but again, trying to stay within my shape, okay? So once we've got that first wave of dark lines done, to finish the rest of the texture, we can see on our bear fur here that the tone actually gets lighter towards the tip. We've got these really dark bits towards the bottom, but towards the tip it gets a lot lighter. So we're going to do the same mark again, but this time we're going to come out a lot higher, and I'm pushing a lot lighter with my pencil. So I'm getting a lot lighter with my lines. Okay, and that's our first piece of our bear fur done. So the next part, we're going to go on and we're going to do the same again. We're going to sketch out another shape, exactly the same sort of shape, that curvy, pointy teardrop shape, okay? And we'll work in the same way. We'll pick our point and we will do our dark flourishes at the bottom on the left hand side, our dark flourishes at the bottom on the right hand side, and then we'll go up with our lighter ones where we release the pressure and push a lot lighter with our pencil. Okay, now once you've mastered the art of doing that, this is where you can start to change it up, because you can see in our fur there are no gaps whatsoever. Obviously it's all just covered in fur, so we need to make these shapes overlap, mix, and just fill up our box, okay? So to do that, you can have some parts that poke out behind others. You can have some of these shapes that come in a different direction. You can have some that are shorter and skinnier. You can have some that are much wider and taller. It doesn't matter, as long as you're making that teardrop sort of shape, the direction, the size, the width, doesn't matter, okay? You can do them however you need to go and fill up your page, okay? But the key point is with each one at that bottom, you pick the point at the bottom of the shape, you curve the flourishes out darker from the bottom first, and then once you've filled the bottom in and you're convinced you've got that nice and dark enough, you can then move on to add the lighter tones in, coming towards the top of that shape, okay? So you should always be working from the bottom of the shape to the pointy tip in that direction when you're making the flourishes. Now, once you've got a lot of flourishes and these lovely teardrop shapes to add this bear fur texture, you may end up with some teeny tiny little gaps like this one I've got here. It is perfectly okay for you to just go and fill that in nice and dark, okay? So then you can see with my sections here now, I am starting to get all of my fur overlapping and linking together, so I can then go in and I can fill in the little gaps in between. Okay, so over to you.